This is my Manticore, and this is Bond low noise exhaust. I combined it with Bond optics and commander vision system, and absolutely broke the game. 7K boys! With so much camo, I'm nearly invisible. I can scout right by the enemy noses in the open. But it gets even more ridiculous. We can outspot enemies and do damage at the same time. All of it completely undetected.
Okay, I can kill him now, unspotted.
And in this video, I'm going to show how you can do the same. But that's not all. I will teach you how to play when there are 3 light tanks in the enemy team. In total, I'm going to share with you 5 absolutely amazing games. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this video.
Amazing start.
You know what they say, once you hit the rock bottom, there is only one way, up. What? Light tanks has been my favorite class since I started playing World of Tanks. Now, over a decade later, I figure out the formula on how to play when there is much competition. You just have to avoid common positions. That's all.
Oh no, not the EBR again, bro. I was not spotted? Ain't no way! Am I bugging? Get the hell out of here, dude! What is going on? Bro! Get... That's not normal, guys.
When I first started playing light tanks, I focused mainly on finding good bushes to hide in. But over time, I realized that the less time you spend sitting in bushes, the better you actually become at the game. Right now, we are playing on Sand River, map that has very limited vegetation and can be seen as bad map for light tanks. Let's have a look at the minimap for a second. I'm going to show you how 2 of my light tanks died. EBR 105 YOLO'd straight up at the beginning, through the middle, and died not even 50 seconds into the game. Our Tesek wasn't much better. Looking at this, I can see the struggle light tanks have on this map. I think it's because Sand River basically has no bushes, and this forces light tanks to scout aggressively and make mistakes. That's why I'm going to show you how to spot in open fields properly. Right now, we are being pushed by the Kara, and we want to build up some distance. But how far do we need to go? I'm going to place a marker, aiming at it, I will see the distance, and as long as we keep like 260 meters, I should be perfectly fine. This is the art of spotting.
He changed his mind, bro.
Sometimes the hardest part of the battle is the beginning. Starting this round with 8 light tanks, it wasn't clear what we can do. But in just 3 minutes, 6 of them died. This leaves us only with the Tesek, but since he's on the other side of the map, we don't need to worry about it. Now we can start abusing the camo of Manti to spot and do damage. Notice how I always check the distance to the enemies. Just a second ago, this whole retreat did not spot me at 244 meters. That's why I can sit on this dune knowing that I won't be spotted. And this is exact reason why I like to play here with my light tanks. Not only you can provide information on enemy rotations, like this Batcha 25T running away, but also do damage at the same time. You just have to make sure nobody gets too close to spot you. As a general rule of thumb, I keep 300 meters away from light tanks and 280 meters from the rest of the tanks. With this in mind, we are able to make insane plays. Now, all we need to do is to get unspotted. Meantime, I check the distance to the Hori tree, I put the ping to where the DBV is, peeked on the dune, and checked whether I'm getting spotted or not. And after this, knowing that nobody spots me here until I fire, I'm going to be repeating this over and over again. Although light tanks are built to scout, you will be using only half of its power, focusing purely on providing vision. Personally for me, they are excellent damage dealers. This helps you win more and get better results on not so good maps. 7k, boys! What? He thought he is safe? From our first game, I want you to remember two things. First, be patient in hard games. If you're playing against lots of light tanks, try to avoid playing around common positions. Your goal should always be to survive until the end, because even worse of the maps can be exciting if you're the only one light tank alive. So, starting a game with the 4 light tanks here, my focus was on destroying them. And after that, we established vision control and won this part of the map. The second thing, learn at which distances does your light tank get spotted in the open. This is going to elevate your skill to the next level. You will be comfortable playing even on maps like Ensk and scout there. And just a little spoiler, Ensk battle is incoming. I'm a little bit scared, guys. Yoink! Guys? Guys! Phew. Is this 10k combo? Oh! 11k! With the start that we had, bro! Top by the damage. I mean, look at that. Our second battle is starting on Serene coast. And this game is going to be like a chess puzzle. I am sure you will enjoy it. I did mention previously that often the hardest part of a battle is the beginning. Not having information where the enemies are or how your team will play may lead to unwanted mistakes. As you may notice, I am playing in the platoon, and that's why I decided to go here and spot crossing heavy tanks. But I failed to realize that my whole team is playing other side. Going to this part of the map was just a waste of time. But I am glad that I noticed it in time. Therefore, I decided to help my IMX 1390 to deal with M103 that pushed a little bit too far all by himself. The strength of a light tank is ability to sneak up on isolated targets like this one. And we are gonna be doing this a couple of times during this battle. So keep this in mind.
Like, guys, hello?
With the M103 out of the battle, I'm now able to play very aggressive close to the enemies while remaining protected by my teammates. Making sure that this badger cannot use vegetation and stay unspotted, I'm helping my Object 705A and Emil, kind of untying their hands so they can play the game. But since Badger is nearly full HP, it would take way too long for our arty to kill him. so just spotting this tank destroyer would not make much sense. That's why I decided to look for some other opportunities. When I started playing World of Tanks, it was totally different game. I remember like now playing my Chaffee against tier 10 tanks. Often a single mistake would send me back to the garage as you had very little hit points. That's why I developed this quite careful approach to preserve my HP until the end of the battle. And this is something that you can adapt for yourself. Staying alive in the end game and having HP to make aggressive plays can change the outcome of many games. Finally, this end game boss Badger is dead. All you have to do now is get unspotted and try to bleed this M103 a little more. The reason why I'm able to peek, outspot M103, do damage and be sure that I don't get spotted is my understanding on spotting mechanics. And this would totally be impossible without commander vision system. So if you aren't already using this wonderful piece of equipment, you absolutely should. It removes the camo of the tanks that are hidden behind the foliage, makes it much easier to spot. And in this example against M103, I spotted him and was able to do damage without getting spotted myself. If you think about it, it feels like cheating, but to make that work, you have to be at the right distance away from the enemies.
I'm gonna kill him from a different angle now. I don't want to keep peeking from the same bush. Let's go for 121. As long as we have information where he's looking. You know? Unspotted kill.
Since we managed to kill 121B without getting spotted, M103 had no idea where we are, and he's still looking at the direction where I was spotted last time.
I have a plan. I have been training this my whole life, guys. This is the moment I have been training for.
While playing with light tanks, I highly recommend you to peek from unexpected angles. With that, we were able to kill 121B and M103 totally for free. And now that we saved our HP until the end of the battle, we are able to make aggressive play and break the camp.
Oh, I found a free. Okay, never mind.
So far, I showed you games on maps that aren't so well suited for light tanks. That's why we had to play kind of like a medium tank. But in our next game on Ghost Town, we are going to pull off stunts that are only possible for light tanks like Manticore. And I'm going to teach you how to kill tanks unspotted in close range. I don't know how about you guys, but for me, Ghost Town has been kind of a gamble map. Having lines and lines of bushes makes it super awkward to play, because tanks with the good camo just proxy spot each other. To me, it feels like there is no way to outplay an enemy without taking a huge risk. That's why I like to start my games in this simple bush that is similar on the other side, by the way, and just wait for enemies to make mistakes. I end up sitting in this very bush for nearly 3 minutes, waiting for unspotted enemy ELC with 90 to push. You see, my position is close enough to the bush line that ELC would most likely to take, and if he tries to do so, I will proxy spot him. And now, with the last light tank finally dead, we're able to use our camouflage and spotting ability to put in some serious work. I want to lead your attention to the minimap to notice that our team has barely any positions. But if I will be able to take control over this field area, our team will have much more space to maneuver. And being full HP only gives me more confidence to get rid of the leopard. Now we have full freedom over this part of the map, but it is when I was running that I've noticed something strange.
325 meters. That is so weird. Did I get spotted like from here?
In our first game, I shared with you my rule of thumb. And if you have been paying attention, you might even remember exact number that I tried to keep from tank destroyers. And knowing that I was simply too far to get spotted from the city, I knew that there is a little rat in the bushes.
That's how I got spotted, guys. Just like understanding where you got spotted from can give you so much information. Like after getting spotted, I checked 325 meters. I cannot be spotted. Gotta be somebody else. Gotta be a different angle.
Meantime, enemies kept getting more and more map control. But as long as I have my friend with the Gorilla 15 sniping at the back, it is nearly impossible for the enemies to cap the base or get anywhere near. We just have to keep providing vision and hope that our team is going to hit their shots. Throughout this battle, my friend with the Gorilla 15 has been very helpful. Auto, if you are watching this video, you are an absolute legend. And if you guys are looking for someone to play with, jump in our Discord. We have Looking for Platoon channel and people are constantly playing together. If you like my content and want to be a part of this amazing community, you are welcome. And now, probably the most important part of the battle. I realized that the enemies might be pushing towards me, much like I was pushing the Scorpion. And if that is going to be the case, I will be spotted in the open field and most likely be killed. That's why I went back and catch Contender trying to sneak up on me.
I spot him and go to the red line. Okay, I can kill him now, unspotted.
Not a lot of people know, but World of Tanks has one hidden mechanic that allows you to kill enemies unspotted. They just have to be in the right range, and it all depends on your shell velocity. I'm going to put the formula on the screen so you can calculate at which distances your tank with your shell velocity will be able to kill tanks unspotted. Use this only at your own risk, because the chances of you being called a cheater are getting doubled.
It's even 100 capping, so I take a shot and I kill it down.
This round was just perfect for us. Enemy light tanks made a lot of mistakes and we managed to secure the kill, outplaying the rest of the enemy team. Kind of expected for a ghost town that offers a lot of opportunities for light tank play. But in our next game, we are going to be playing on old Ensk, and guys, we are going to see the best arty player in the world. It took me a little bit of time to prepare this video for you guys, and in the meantime Wargaming changed big ends. But the battle was so incredible that I decided that it's totally worth it to share it with you. Straight from the beginning, I decided to just send it and take a very, very aggressive position.
Who is shooting this? Yo! Wait, that bush can go crazy, guys. I've never played here before.
Creeping up from bush to bush, I wanted to get as close to the enemies as possible to keep them permanently spotted. They might not realize that and overpeak, make mistakes, lose HP, and maybe that will result in us winning this part of the map.
No way, bro. Bro, like, hello? Why am I scouting on Ensk? By the way, guys, I win the flank and I'm instantly coming back, you see? I'm not pushing forward because they gonna be waiting for us. Instead, I'm coming back. This is the, like, just looking at the map. Trying to understand what else could you do can turn you into a much better player.
And this is very true. Just pay attention at double Caro, IS-7 and VZ-55. Just check what kind of fate evades them just because they decided to push towards enemy base. Meantime, I got myself in a little bit of a pickle and we have to try and stay alive.
Okay. He's looking at me. We are down on HP.
Despite having number advantage, if you've noticed, we are down on HP. On top of that, we have one Caro trying to cap, and he's less likely to be sharing his HP or using his gun. So in reality, the situation is a lot worse what it seems. And if we make a single mistake here, we are going to be sent back into the garage and the results of the game are going to rest on shoulders of my teammates. And I hate that the most. Dying in the middle of the battle and then seeing your teammates throw just fills me with anger. And that's why I try to keep my HP, or at least stay alive, until the very end. Now, we just have to build up some distance, because enemies are going to come for us. But I just want to point out that our Object 261 moved on towards the field in time to escape the slaughter on the base. And he's going to be very, very valuable.
Bro, this 261. I don't want to be here alone.
At the moment, I'm quite scared to get trapped in the middle by unspotted Hori 3. Naturally, I want to get some distance and outplay enemies using my view range, but seeing how Auto wants to fight, I decided to stay. But i7 is way too close, and if I were to peek, he would definitely spot me. And that's where Object 261 shot him, put him in the stun, and I was able to kill him for free. And now we just have to kite this T-57.
This arty is such a clutch. We need to find Hori. Uh-huh.
The situation now is a lot better, but not knowing where T-57 Heavy is, it wasn't clear how to play this game. And that's where Object 261 decided to yeet into the city and fight him for us. What an absolute champion!
Bro, this 261 is the best arty player, man. Like, he is the best, guys.
Not only this Object 261 relocated towards the field in order to be able to finish very important one-shots, stun that IS-7, but he also sacrificed himself to reveal location of T-57 Heavy, and because of that, we managed to bleed him. Now, the chances of winning are significantly higher. I wish that more arty players would be like this, where it feels like an actual teammate instead of a ballast that jumps into the water whenever it has a chance. But maybe it's because there was no water on this map. Anyway, knowing that T-57 Heavy would have to go to interrupt the cap if he wants to win, I decided to sit in this cheeky position and bleed him on the crossings.
Oh!
This game was absolutely incredible, but our last battle is going to be the best of all of the games you've seen so far.
Whew!
Bro, I'm playing on Ensk, I'm spotting! But that arty, guys, it's the best arty player. He gets the one-shots, he wins the time, he's running circles against T-57. That was insane! Showing you difficult games like this, I just want to plant seeds of hope in your hearts. That even the worst of the maps, the worst of the situations can be turned into beautiful adventure. And this battle is the brightest of examples. We are starting again with the 6 light tanks. The competition for scouting positions is extremely high. But guys, if there is something that I demonstrated throughout these games, is that you have the fun part at the end. And that's why I try to avoid pushing towards the middle of the map like our Tasek or EBR 105. Since you never know how many enemies are going to push towards the hill, you can quickly find yourself outnumbered and lose a lot of HP, maybe even die. That's why I prefer much safer approach and play in positions like this. From here, I'm able to do damage, go back in safety, but also provide vision for my team.
Like, if you are playing arty, you can... Ooh. I should not be spotted now.
Ah, this game is too easy, guys. While picking positions which I want to play as a light tank, I'm trying to think of a strategy. I am thinking about my next move, and I love to be in spots where I can progress. And after E50M died, I wanted to push closer to enemy tank destroyers and spot them from one interesting position. That is, unless someone is pushing us right now. Playing with light tanks, your starting position can make or break the entire game. One wrong move at the start and you can be stuck, pushed, or just be out of the fight. That's why picking the right starting position is crucial. I always look for positions where I can spot and 2 damage. Sometimes spotting only for myself.
Bro, I was not spotting for half a second, man. And exactly at that time he pushed. What are the chances?
Having played over 100,000 battles in World of Tanks, I learned that you win games at the end of the battle. That's why it's my ultimate goal to stay alive until the end with as much HP as possible.
Wait, I just realized that Judas died. Yeah, I don't think I outplay EBR, guys. Not like this, though.
If we will let EBR to take control over this hill, he will be able to get great vision on our team and allow his tank destroyers to move up. That's why I decided to prevent this from happening. EBR now is a one-shot. If we get to kill him, our game is going to be a lot easier.
I don't know if I'm spotted or not. I don't like my position. If I don't like my position, there is a reason for it.
Do you remember how at the very start of this video, EBR105 pushed me through the bushes on Ghost Town and I got killed? This is exactly what I remembered at that time and moved in this spot.
Oh, okay, EBR got spotted. This is so much easier now.
Unfortunately, our T-57 Heavy and Gorilla 15 got outnumbered and killed in the city. But if we manage to catch EBR, we might have a chance to win this game.
I'm not so happy with the position again. Was good enough, boys.
Now we have to try and spot approaching tank destroyers from the other side. Since I was spotted far away, they might make a mistake or two.
He's not even looking here. Action X. Oh no. Panic is real. Did I say panic is real, or did I say panic is real?
Woo! And just like this, we managed to turn this game around. Something that started with the 6 light tanks and wasn't anything promising turned out to be an absolutely insane game.
Enemy armor is damaged.
Guys! Chef iyouxin in the kitchen, boys! Yes, chef in the chat. Bro, that was wow.
Whew. My friends, if you have Manticore, you know just how crazy its camo is. And it can get even better if you use Bond low noise exhaust, much like myself. At the moment this video is posted, you still have more than enough time to complete 30 missions in Onslaught and at the end get one of the Bond equipments of your choice as a reward. So make sure not to miss out on Onslaught action, and if you feel like you could take a couple of tips, make sure to check out my live streams on Twitch. I'm going to be more than happy to give you tips and tricks. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope it was both fun and entertaining. If you learned a couple of things, give this video a like and maybe even subscribe to the channel. But not to push too much, not to push my boundaries. In any case, thank you so much for spending your time, and I hope to see you here again.